diagram below, electrons are released from the surface of a metal plate when light of a certain frequency is shown on its surface. 11.1. Name the phenomenon described above. So that's the photoelectric effect. The wavelength of the incident light on the metal plate is 487 nanometers, and electrons are released with a velocity of 3.51 times 10 to the exponent 5 meters per second. 11.2. Define in words the work function. So this is the minimum energy that is required in order to eject electrons from a metal surface. (11.3) Calculate the work function of the plate. So we know that energy should be equal to the work function plus EK max. You don't have to memorize this formula. It is given right here. So we know that energy should be Hc all over lambda, which is equal to the work function plus half the mass of electron V squared. H is given by 6.63 times 10 negative 34, 3 times 10 to the exponent of 8 lambda. Oh, this we are given. We are given this as 487. Then we are looking for the work function. This is 9.11 times 10 negative 31. It's right here. And then the velocity, 3.51 times 10 to the exponent of 5 squared. Therefore, the work function should be equal to So I'm getting 3.52 times 10 negative 19 joules. 11.4. The wavelength of the incident light is kept constant. So we know that frequency is given by C all over lambda. If the wavelength is constant, if we don't change the wavelength, it means that the frequency of light doesn't change as well, while the intensity is increased. So an increase in intensity only affects the number of photons that are released per unit of time. It does not change the maximum energy that is supplied it also doesn't change the EK max. What effect will this change have on the following? Right? Increases, decreases, or remain the same? So 11.4.1, the reading on the ammeter. So we know that I should be equals to Q over T. An increase in intensity will increase the number of photons that are released per unit of time. So if you have more photons that are coming out of your light source, it means that more electrons will be released per unit of time. So the Q there will represent the charge, which means more electrons will be released per unit of time, so the current will go up. So increases, more photons released per unit of time. The threshold frequency of the metal plate, that will just remain the same.